This week on Two Noobs, proposed TikTok ban passes the House, but will it succeed, and is it worth it? If you could stop shaking your ass on there for 2 seconds, we could discuss. Next, Boeing cutting corners. I'll let you know after I'm finished cleaning off the landing gear from my car. Then, can a robot get away with grab-assery? Apparently, a company in Saudi Arabia wants to find out. Finally, we conclude with brain teasers. Can you get the answer before Matt and John? Push yourself. Start the music. As we are dodging falling airplane panels,
yes,
I want to welcome you to episode 181 of Two Noobs Talking.
What the hell? What was that? No.
Landing gear.
Grab your dish soap. It'll save you.
Yeah. More on that in a bit.
Yes.
As you can see, well, I'll introduce the players first. Over
there.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
If it's me,
That's Jumbo Jet John Tracy.
No.
That's Jumbo Jet John Tracy over there.
There you go.
Over here, we have Mean Sea Level Matt Craig. In the middle, I am Safety Demonstration Steve Murray. Exits are located
there
fore and aft.
And aft. And over there. Well, maybe not over there because you might walk out the door.
Well, as you could see, I have shamed John into decorating his wall.
Yes.
Behind him. So we actually have more of a set now on this side of the screen.
Yes.
I love it.
There we
Looks
go.
great, John. I love it.
Go. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was money. It had nothing to do with anything else.
It looks like a lot of money there. Yeah.
Just bought some stuff and put it up there. No, this is my.
Taker,
I've had this going in front of me for about 2 years. It's Edge, Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins, and The Undertaker. And when Steve shamed me enough, I decided to bring. I had to fill some gaps before I could bring it. There were some gaps in this thing, but it was done through hard work and
painstaking effort.
Yes. Amazon drivers and postal workers had to work overtime just to get me Seth Rollins, who was entirely too expensive, but oh well.
You have set the record. You have set the record for smallest shelves in the history of mankind.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen shelves that small.
On purpose. I had to find these on Amazon so they would fit here.
Go figure.
My shoulder.
Wow.
Well, in the meantime, I, gentlemen, am celebrating. Why, you may ask? Because after 70 years in the business, this guy finally has an Oscar to his name.
Da, 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 da. There you go.
Congratulations to Godzilla -1 for winning Best Visual Effects. And if that weren't awesome enough, the award was given by two of my favorite actors, Arnold and Danny DeVito.
Oh my gosh.
In one of my favorite movies.
There you go. But even better than that, before they handed out the award, they did a short little skit in which they reminisced about playing Batman villains, and lo and behold, they point out Michael Keaton, another of my favorite actors, in the audience.
Look at that.
Who played a steely-eyed Bruce Wayne with his ascot. It was fantastic, and that was the only good part about the Oscars, anyway.
Everything's coming up. Steve. Everything's coming up Steve.
Everything.
Yeah, it's great.
They did that skit before they gave out the award. I took that as a good sign.
Yeah.
And when Arnold opened the envelope and said, the winner is Godzilla. and Danny DeVito's like, yeah. And then as they go up to the stage and somebody in the crowd randomly yells out, as you would hear, and I was Godzilla! Made my night. And then I turned it off.
And then you turned it off.
So,
it was bedtime at that time.
It was bedtime. For me, anyway.
Exactly.
All right. Well, why don't we roll into our Dubby Energy fun fact, gentlemen? Not sure what to make of Dubby? Go for their starter sampler pack. Get 3 energy flavors, 2 hydration flavors, and a shaker. If you enter our promo code 2noobstalking, that's TOONOO talking, you get 10%, which means you get $1.85 off of the starter pack. Take the leap. Visit Dubby Energy at dubby.gg or use their app.
There you go.
They got one.
Fun fact, Mr. Tracy, Jumbo Jet.
Yeah, exactly, and that's where I'm going. So I wanted to do some digging. So I put in the little Google machine. First pilot license given to a female. Date popped up 1910.
Wow.
Yes.
That's very impressive.
So just for fun, if you know my politics, I also Googled when did feminism start, and that was 1848. Just to throw that in there.
Duly noted. I'm going to write that down. 1848.
So 1910. That's, if memory serves me correctly, that was before the amendment that allowed women to vote to the Constitution. Is that correct?
How about that?
Wow. So they were allowed to fly before they could vote.
Yes.
That's
March
pretty
8th,
terrible.
March 8th, 1910.
How about
was
that?
when she got her license.
So wait, the Wright brothers was 1908?
Yes.
8?
Yes.
I thought so,
I want to say it was 1908 or 1909.
I think you were correct.
I thought it was 1903 for some reason.
Sounds like someone's going to have to do a little bit of research here. Let's see. Right.
Well, because if it's 1908, it was the first flight ever recorded, and it was for like a minute.
Well, this is interesting.
And in 2 years, you're only giving out. 2 years took it. You're already giving out pilot's licenses.
We're both wrong. We're both wrong.
What is it?
The Wright brothers made the first controlled sustained flight of an engine-powered heavier than air aircraft with the Wright Flyer on December 17th, 1903.
That's what I said.
Yes, that's what he said.
1910.
No, he said 1903.
Well, you're wrong. You're wrong anyway. Well, so
no, I said 1903. All right, so it took 7 years for a woman to get a pilot's license. That's still pretty good for handing out pilot's licenses.
Yeah.
You just started flying. License. You need one.
Here you go.
And didn't the Wright brothers only have 4 actual recorded flights?
I think it was
in their testing. Like it was like 1, 2, 3, and it was like, oh, we got it. We figured it out. Like,
we're done. Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
All good.
Yeah.
We're done. Everybody else can do it now.
Yeah, it seems like that's what's happening in the FAA, but I digress.
That's why I bring that up.
We'll get that topic 2. Topic 2. Calm down. All right.
We got to get to more important things now.
Yeah. All right. So, go to our over 40 rant sponsored by fish oil somehow.
Oh, there you go.
We just decided that.
And if not, we will drag the CEO in here and make him.
Well, I just thought it was just some random fish who was just flopping around on deck.
There you go.
It is oil.
Yeah.
He's sponsoring us. So the over 40 rant is this week is brought to us by Matt, who has something to say, and I'm curious because it's been explained at least once, and I still don't get it. So, Mr. Craig, take it away.
I am hoping to try and clarify everything, gentlemen, but Sweet Baby Inc. and video games, what the hell? That's my opening rant here. Sweet Baby Inc. is a Canadian consultancy firm, gentlemen, in the tech space. And essentially what they do is try and promote diversity, equity, and inclusion in all of the video games that or video game developers will hire this consultancy firm to bring them in and, hey, we need to include this person or this person or this person. Okay, here's what you can do, blah, 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 blah. Well, this apparently blew up on the internet down the road, even though Steve Sun had no clue what was going on. My YouTube feed has
does all that online shit. So
my YouTube feed has been indoctrinated by it, and I cannot get away from it. So I am ranting against this. Essentially, a Steam user created a group on the Steam forum, basically highlighting games that Sweet Baby Inc. worked on, basically, or were consultant on. And so this has led to a huge firestorm, both within the game journalist industry and the gamers online themselves, saying, you don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. And even Matt Walsh of the Daily Wire chimed in with the most asinine comment, typical, of what he does. So essentially, guys, Sweet Baby Inc., their CEO is practically a bully. She has you can search for it online. She does basically like a talk where she's telling a couple of developers, listen, if you don't get what you want, just go to the marketing department and threaten to get what you want. I mean, it's really, really like bang up job, the CEO, just saying like, do this or else I'm leaving, that kind of a deal. Yeah, you're not doing this. So this kind of got me thinking about diversity and about video games and how really the idea of diversity, to be honest with you, gents, the idea of forcing diversity in an organization is probably the biggest issue here. And that's where I have a little bit of a problem. I got some news for you. If you could just bring it really close, just want to just say,
are you not going to take methamphetamines and yell at me?
Not going to do that.
Okay,
no,
got
no,
it.
no,
Got
no,
it.
no.
Okay, cool.
I just want you all to know that it is okay for the world not to revolve around you. Okay? The world doesn't do that.
False. False.
Damn it.
False.
Damn it. All this time. Wasted.
I'm with you, John. I'm with you. What the hell?
No, what the hell, right? So, I mean,
not helping others, tripping elderly people.
Unbelievable, right?
Wasted my time.
It's okay not to have everything revolve around you. Just because something doesn't give you what you want doesn't mean that you always have to get it. I've known this all my life. I don't get everything that I want, even though I live by myself and I have no one else to report to. I don't get what I want. You
need to speak to your lawyer.
Steve, can I talk to you afterwards?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But then video games, gentlemen, I think the biggest issue, and I found this great comment on YouTube. The gentleman was basically a Gen Xer. All three of us are Gen Xers. Steve is a Gen
Honorary
Xer as well. Honorary.
Yeah, no, he's a Gen Xer. He's fine.
Really, the biggest issue with that is we're treating video games as if it's something for kids to do and not giving them as a reward for things to do, I think. And so you have gamers kind of saying, well, this is my thing. This is what I do. And I'm thinking, no, dude, you got to calm down. You got to go outside, walk around, go on a bike ride, run, do whatever, play sports, get away from video games. And
there's where the over 40 comes in.
There you go. There's my over 40. So I was annoyed this week, gents, over this whole thing. It was like a huge controversy. It's continuing to go, from what I understand, but it was insane. I just felt like I had to throw in those 2 cents.
Oh yeah.
Video games were better in my day anyway.
Yes,
they were.
Absolutely.
Whatever happened to plug and play?
Video games are fine in my day because I play them every once in a while when I feel like it, and I don't feel the need to run to them. I have a system right there, and it probably hasn't been turned on in like a month because I beat the one level and I'm not prepared to play the next. So
there you go.
I don't get to it when I get to it. But that's being an adult. That's how that works.
Right.
Yeah.
I play video games when my children need to be put in their place.
Yes. I used to play video games for that reason. I gave that shit up.
If they beat me, they cheated. It's just that simple.
Yeah, exactly.
That's always the thing I always said about you when you beat me. You always cheated, and you always cheated, you bastard.
Says the man who would purposely purchase a game and play it at home to train.
Yes.
To beat me.
What you're talking about.
Yes. All of that is true. Everything that you just heard is true.
That is not true. That is not
It's all true. It's all true.
Oh, goodness.
Get on to the Communist Party.
Once again, we are off the rails. Once again. All right, let's get to the Communist Party, which ironically enough, well, not ironically, coincidentally, episode of Seinfeld was on that I had blissfully forgotten where Elaine was dating a communist.
Yes.
I had totally forgotten about that episode.
That one. Yeah.
But this, gentleman, is about TikTok. And apparently the House of Representatives last Wednesday passed a bill that would lead to a nationwide ban of that app if its China-based owner does not sell its stake, as lawmakers acted on concerns the company's current ownership structure is a national security threat. Lawmakers contend that ByteDance, which owns TikTok, is beholden to the Chinese government, which could demand access to the data of TikTok's consumers in the U.S. whenever it wants. The worry stems from a set of Chinese national security laws that compel organizations to assist with intelligence gathering. Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers from Washington, we have given TikTok a clear choice. Separate from your parent company ByteDance, which is beholden to the CCP, and remain operational in the United States, or side with the CCP and face the consequences. The choice is TikTok's. Now, I know we've had our disagreements with TikTok in the past. You happy about this, Mr. Tracy, or not?
Oh, absolutely not. Any time, and I don't know, I could care less about being on TikTok or having a TikTok account, which I don't at this point. The fact that these idiots are getting together and doing something, I still can't figure out what I'm missing, because there's something in it for them.
I know it's bipartisan, right?
Yeah, so, there is no way these bunch of jackasses got together in 352 to 65. Yeah. What are they getting out of this? Is Mark Zuckerberg lining pockets here because he needs to get threads going? Like, what is going on? That's the first thing that when this article came out, that's the first thing I can't, and I still can't get over it. And the fact that the Senate hasn't even touched it yet means their pockets haven't got greased. So come on, Zuckerberg, get going, because if you were doing a good job, we would have this thing through already.
One house at a time, John. One house at a time.
Well, they already did. They already got it.
They got one house.
They got it now
they got to do it.
Yeah.
Look, Mark's got to walk across the hallway to get to the Senate and give them some money.
As quick as he throws things in our face, he could have got this done beforehand.
Well, he's already apparently got Biden to sign off on it. So
yes.
No, that's true.
Well, that's easy. Well, I got $1. Biden will be on the podcast next week.
Exactly.
I'm not that cheap. I'm
sorry. It needs to be an $8 million book deal. Okay.
China has sandwiches.
Yes.
Yep. Ice cream.
Matt, go ahead.
Right?
Yeah.
No, it sounds to me like Congress is drawing a thin red line out there. I don't know, but last time I checked, thin red lines don't exactly work in the U.S. government, whether it's presidents or houses of Congress. So I am not holding my breath that this ban actually will go through. I think it's ridiculous. People know the reputation of TikTok, to be perfectly honest. And quite honestly, I mean, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Cheds, but didn't the government already put a ban on their own phones for this app because they found that?
Yes.
I thought so.
Stealing? Oh,
yes.
That's what I thought.
Which made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which makes total sense. Why a government official would need to have TikTok on their phone blows my mind. I don't know why you would want that on your phone, to be perfectly honest. You work for the government. You should not be on a social media app to begin with.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That seems a little odd. Yeah, that seems a little
weird. Yeah.
I got all these social media apps on my government phone. That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Right.
So I'm not holding my breath over this, but at the same time, it's like I have TikTok. I just recently put it on there. I don't know why. I just put it on there. What the hell? And it already tries to link your email and your phone number. Of course it does. And it's like, nope. Because I know their reputation. I know what they're doing. And it's like, I'm not going to do that.
They all do. All the apps do it. They all want to.
Yeah.
All of them.
That's
all the United States apps are doing the same
app.
stuff.
That's why you log off every social media app on your phone, because I don't know how many times I've had to tell my parents this. No disrespect to my parents, but every single time they're on Facebook, they forget to log off. And it's important that you do that because people will go in there and steal your logon and then create an account. And then all of a sudden you got a fake account and you can't access your own one. That's why I always say log off of every social media site when you're done with it. Don't leave it open. And same with TikTok, same with Twitter, Facebook, whatever. That kind of video.
The more you know.
More you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Gentlemen, not everyone in Congress agrees, however, so we're going to get to the part of the story where we voice the concerns with this law being bandied about. Some Republican opponents of the bill said the U.S. should warn consumers if there are data privacy and propaganda concerns, but the final choice should be left with the consumers. Representative Tom McClintock of California said the answer to authoritarianism is not more authoritarianism. Of course it is. The answer to...
That's new.
The answer to CCP-style propaganda is not CCP-style oppression. Let us slow down before we blunder down this very steep and slippery slope. Democrats also warned of the impact a ban would have on users in the U.S., including entrepreneurs and business owners. Representative Jim Himes said one of the key differences between us and those adversaries is the fact that they shut down newspapers, broadcast stations, and social media platforms. We do not. We trust our citizens to be worthy of their democracy. We do not trust our government to decide what information they may or may not see. And then we have, lastly, from Dan Salinger, a California-based TikTok creator. I'm actually appalled for many reasons. The speed with which they're pushing this bill through does not give enough time for Americans to voice their concerns and opinions, which I think is fairly true, actually.
Yep. Yeah.
I think they all make pretty decent points. This is less a First Amendment concern to me, just because you have other platforms that you can put videos of yourself shaking your ass on. But
for instance,
right.
Yeah.
But I do. It does seem kind of skeevy to me to. It's one thing to say, okay, you can't have it on your phones if you work for the government. I mean, that's, as we've said, that makes sense. But to now say nobody's allowed to have it,
seems shady to me.
And I have not read the bill myself, but I have heard. So this is hearsay, and I can't back it up. I've heard that the bill is a little bit more broad and sweeping than just calling out TikTok in particular.
That's
which is the scarier
I
part.
heard. Yeah, that's the same rumors I heard. It's a little broader than it should be if you're just stopping communism from the CCP.
Right.
Like,
right.
First thing I checked is made sure there wasn't $100 gazillion for Ukraine. That checked out pretty quickly. It's not there because they're good at that. Then to get into the meat of it, it doesn't read as simple as we're eliminating TikTok only. It's basically saying, paraphrasing of course because I don't have the bill in front of me, that if a company from a quote unquote unsafe American source pops up, we can force the sale.
I think it's foreign adversary.
Yes, we can force the sale of that company to a United States company. Think about Zuckerberg. I'm trying to help people along here. Think about Zuckerberg, a United States company, and then all will be good, and then you can have your app.
That's a lot of air quotes, John. I don't
know. I'm just trying to help.
Something I seem to recall also reading that it can be where the president, or I guess perhaps some designee, determines that there's a national security problem, which I could see that turning partisan real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Have you met Mayorkas at all? Have you seen him on TV? Do you want that guy in control of your phone? I don't want him in control of my toenail, let alone my phone.
Right.
He might bite you off.
This is similar to the whole thing about, well, who gets to decide who gets to be on the ballot, right? Who gets to decide that this social media platform is causing a national security problem and this one is not?
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard all the rumors about TikTok, but I haven't actually seen anyone hold up, a sign that says, okay, this is how they're stealing it, what they're stealing, who it's going to in China. It's
that's classified, Steve. So don't worry about that.
Other things that bring me pause to this is half of Congress, when they brought their CEO, who happens to be Singaporean, half of them didn't even know he was from Singapore and assumed he was from China. So half of them didn't even do their research in the original committee when they brought him in front. They made asses of themselves the first time. Because
why are we not surprised?
He kept saying, I'm from Singapore. I'm Singaporean. I fought for Singapore I went to the military for 2 years like I'm supposed to by Singapore law. Like I'm not of Chinese descent at all. And they were like, are you sure? Like,
last time I checked.
What do you want from me? My blood? I mean, for crying out loud, what the hell?
Dude was well spoken enough to. I didn't think he was full of shit. I thought he was telling the truth. I don't know what they were. Like he seems like he's telling the truth. Those guys over there. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, those guys over there. That's what I'm saying. Like the 365. I don't trust you at all.
Jeez.
Look, I'm not a
352. I'm sorry, not 65. 352. I apologize.
I'm not a big TikTok guy, but this again seems like we're killing a mosquito with a machine gun.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Frankly, the kinds of people who spend all their day on TikTok are probably the ones whose data I would love to have go to China.
Very much, yeah. Very much.
just saying.
Goodness.
I stopped TikTok because I got bored with TikTok. And that's pretty much how apps end in my life. I don't have Facebook anymore because I got bored with Facebook. I don't have TikTok anymore because I got bored. I don't have Twitter anymore because I got bored. I have Instagram because my wife likes cat pictures. Moving on. Like that is where my life is and it makes me happy. If you let people decide, and by the way, when I was on TikTok, I was watching cooking videos the whole time. So I wasn't doing anything that was hurting anything. I was watching new ways to make different things that I like.
Yeah.
So the average American is not that interesting to a foreign country, first of all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what are they going to do? Sell us more shit? They already do it on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Like, what do they need another app to sell us extra shit? Yeah, right. Like
but I think the privacy concerns, John, I mean, they do matter, obviously, and it is a pain in the ass.
Yes,
when your data gets stolen. You know what I mean?
But it's not. I don't think it's a stealing thing. I think China is doing the exact same thing everybody else is doing, including the United States. We're so dumb as a society. They're not doing it to harm us. They're doing it so we buy bigger RVs and bigger boats. They're trying to sell us shit. That's all they care. We're just mice running around buying stuff. That is our society. That's all they want it for.
We are a consumerist oriented society. There's no question about that.
That's all they want. They're not trying to they failed with COVID. They're trying now just to get us to buy shit.
What was it that like if you access TikTok in China or like in Japan area, it is more educational?
China is 100% educational. You don't get 1 million followers unless you are unless you are a student of something.
Yeah, 180. The opposite of
part of that though is you have to remember it's the CCP, right? So they are going to shut down anything they don't like.
Yep,
of course,
immediately.
Yes,
in that part of the world. So you're not going to have the kind of freedom to do the kinds of videos you see over here because they can't let the slightest little insolence leak out.
Oh, hell
their
no.
end.
Yeah.
I personally think the bill is overkill. I think the one guy is right. If it's a problem, make the warnings out. Get the warnings out there. Notify the people. Hey, if you're using TikTok, you could be subject to communist China stealing your shit.
Warning.
Could be a big problem. Warning. But the stupidest thing about this is, okay, so the App Store can't carry it anymore. What are you going to do with the 100 million people in the United States who already have it on their phone?
Yeah. What about
how are you going to enforce that?
What about the celebrities, for God's sakes?
Well, as long as you don't want the CIA to, you don't want to find out that the CIA is controlling everything, then, you know, you leave it on there.
Wait a minute, CIA is controlling everything? Oh my God.
Because when that gets zapped, you're in trouble.
All right. I just want to put this out there, gentlemen, so that Congress is aware. When I am elected president,
Illinois
2024.
Yes.
When I am elected president,
There'll
I
be
will
no
not
Congress.
sign. I will not sign any bill
Yes.
that has multiple things in it.
Ah.
Yes.
You want to change a law, make a law. It's got to be that law only. I will not have riders. I will not have riders. I won't have addendums. None of that shit. Everything's got to be single, single.
Little Bill walks to the house. He gets put in very, very quickly. And just so you know, as your political advisor, if someone brings anything that has two things in, they're getting slapped in the face.
I like it.
And they walk in.
I like it. I need you. You have to procure for me a giant hand.
I'm a bully at this point. No, it's a mechanical hand. It's a mechanical.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
hand.
A giant mechanical hand.
As soon as they walk in, you go, I don't like that. I hit the button. Button, and it shoots them right back out.
Love
Nice.
it. Love it.
Nice.
Oh, that's funny.
That's better than my idea. I was going to have a trap door with a pit full of mashed potatoes that they were going to fall into.
Thank God you were thinking, because I would have put alligators in it.
I don't know. As president, I do get 3 secret murders, right? That's how it goes.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
Well, there's immunity
I'll
somewhere.
check the Constitution on that.
Wait
but I
for
don't think so.
wait for the ruling on Trump's immunity,
right.
and then we can you know, maybe we can go full on, and you could just murder everybody.
There you go.
We'll wait for that, and then we'll hash it out. Okay. Speaking of bad people. Whew. Okay.
Wow. This company.
Yeah. Boeing, right? Or we're going to call them Boeing. Just because
that's what it looks like. Yes,
that's what they sound like these days. Over the past 2 months, passengers traveling aboard Boeing aircrafts have endured a sudden injury-inducing nosedive, a mid-air wheel detachment, and an emergency door plug horrifyingly blasting open during a flight.
Goodness.
The Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, has been conducting a 6-week audit into Boeing and its 737 MAX body supplier Spirit Aerosystems, and has found dozens of quality control problems at production facilities.
Yikes.
In one case, mechanics working for Spirit were even observed using Dawn dish soap on a door seal in place of lubricant. In another instance, Spirit mechanics were reportedly found using a hotel key card to check a door seal, which is not standard practice for those asking.
Oh, there you go.
Out of 89 product audits, Boeing managed to pass just 56 of them while failing 33.
Wow.
Many of the problems at the Boeing facility, according to the slide presentation seen by the Times, I assume that's the New York Times.
Yeah,
New York Times.
Involved the company not following approved manufacturing process, procedure, or instruction. And just last night, gentlemen, or sometime yesterday, I don't know if it was last night, but I saw the article today. This is Saturday, March 16th. Yesterday, yet another problem. A panel fell off a plane.
Goodness.
What the hell is going on with this company?
Yeah, that's a great question, Steve. Lack of quality control. You got to look at everything project management perspective wise. I think it's funny because like when I finished my black belt I think it was about a year and a half ago, there were 2 people from Boeing who were going through the same thing, black belt. And
obviously they were fired.
Well, I don't know. I hope not.
Or they didn't pass.
They were terrific. They were terrific people. And they have to be down to the absolute letter. Like every dot and every cross of T's has to happen. They have to take place. And the fact that all of this news is coming out of all of what you just listed, Steve, that's like inexcusable. You cannot have any of these things happen. And the fact that these are going through, where was the FAA? The FAA, of course. Yeah. They're give me a break. They're now doing an audit. Where are they? They're supposed to be like watching over this and making sure that everything is crossed and every I is dotted and whatnot. And like, where are they? They're asleep at the wheel as well. And it's not just Boeing here. It's also our beloved administrative state, once again, sleeping on the job, thanks to Joe Biden, who's sleeping on the job. Anyway.
Sorry, in bed.
Yeah.
No reason to kick a guy sleeping.
Well.
He's already in bed.
Wasn't he doing that to State of the Union, or was he yelling more?
No, that was methamphetamine.
He was yeah.
A little different.
Thank you.
You're right, Matt. None of those things should happen, let alone within a span, all of them within 2 months.
Yeah.
That's frightening.
That is very frightening.
For a year and a half, I worked for a military supply company in beloved Pennsylvania, and we made things for things that flew.
My
just
father probably knows what the kind of things you were
yes,
thinking
I'm gonna just leave it at that. And I did a basic job there, but my basic job was held under such scrutiny of getting things to be exactly this thick at this time for the next stage, and there were sign-offs, and there were inspections, and it wasn't easy to get a piece from A to Z. It was not at all. Seems like this report, this is why I sent the report. This report seems like it's very easy to be like, hey guys, I've got our wheel, right? I got our wheel, right? All right, cool. It's in production. Like, that's what it seems like.
No, it's on the top of my car.
Yeah, do we need we went to paint. So what does it matter about the 5 things that I had to go through before then? It's already in paint. We're good.
Don't worry about
it's out the door.
Don't worry about it.
Who cares?
Yeah. It's not good. It is absolutely not good. And what was very encouraging when I was going through Lean, gentlemen, was what these 2 folks at Boeing is they wanted and they strove to have quality. Obviously, their lives are literally on the line here. Not just theirs, but their passengers and everything. And to make sure that all of these things they were finding things that, I mean, I can't repeat on the podcast. I don't remember them, but 2, I wouldn't repeat them on the podcast anyway. But it was literally things like you're to the finest tooth comb. They have to. It is not a question of, oh, well, we'll just pass this on. We'll just let somebody else do it. No, you're responsible for making sure that this nut gets welded into the frame of the thing. And if it is not, it is your problem. You're fired. It's that simple when it goes through on a plane like that. The fact that these things are slipping through the cracks, and I mean, I don't know why it's happening to Boeing. My wonder is with Lockheed. My wonder is also with other airlines as well that don't employ Boeing. Or don't use Boeing, I should say. But I can't think of any other airline manufacturer outside of Boeing that does it. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they've got a lot of work to do. They got a huge amount of work to do. And, I don't want to be in their position. That's for darn sure.
No,
this blowback.
And it gets more sordid. This week, a former Boeing quality manager turned whistleblower named John Barnett was reportedly found dead in Charleston, South Carolina, from what the Charleston County Coroner's Office said appeared to be a self-inflicted wound. The former employee who worked in Boeing's Charleston facility for 32 years previously alleged time-crunched workers had fitted substandard parts to some Boeing 787 Dreamliner models. Barnett had filed whistleblower complaints alleging Boeing retaliated against him following his statements, a claim Boeing has denied. And oh, by the way, there was an ABC article yesterday. Apparently, this gentleman, before passing, told someone that if he turned up dead, he didn't kill himself. Just
not shocking. Not shocking at all.
But that's fascinating. Yeah.
And he's and his whistleblower, the hilarious part in my term, the man passed away. But the hilarious part about it is he was saying the things that this new audit is saying.
Yeah.
So where there is a problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah, big time. Big time
Absolutely.
problem.
Now, Boeing, for their part, acknowledged the findings in a statement sent to PopSci and said the company was continuing to implement immediate changes and develop a comprehensive action plan to strengthen safety and quality and build the confidence of our customers and their passengers. We are squarely focused on taking significant demonstrated action with transparency at every turn. You could start by not having landing gear wheels landing on top of people's cars.
You think?
As you read that, I really hope when that person reaches for coffee tomorrow, they spill it in their crotch.
Yeah.
Because who wrote that? The secretary? That was not
a Boeing spokesperson. That's all it says.
Spokesperson, John, come on. I mean, it's so PR. We've talked about this, marketing PR. They hire interns. That's what the intern did. They have to do it that way. So there you go.
Well, I hope the person that plays the spokesperson spills coffee in their crotch.
Well, I mean, we can't expect them to say, well, we done fucked up. You know, we're going to try and fix it.
Yeah.
It's the only people on this planet who probably need to be even more meticulous in this is the space program.
Yes.
Right, because you have all sorts of shitty conditions up in space that you have to account for when you go up there.
Yeah, one is the lack of air. That might be a bit of a
exactly.
problem.
Yeah, that's a huge thing you got to consider. But airline, you know, if I mess a nut, you know, attaching a frame to my wall, big deal.
Yeah.
You miss a nut in airlines.
Yes.
You're plummeting to Earth from 30,000 feet.
Yeah.
You got to be super careful. And I really don't understand what makes anyone at Boeing think that it's okay to be careless, shoddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One would hope that it's not pervasive within the company. You know, but I would trust that it's not. Whistleblower aside, my hope is that they turn it around. They've got to. They absolutely must. It's a huge wake-up call for the organization, for sure. And, you know, this is step one in the right direction, is admitting that you have a problem.
Yeah.
And, you know, go in from there at that point.
Hey, next time you're flying and need a distraction from that door that just popped off, you could be watching Two Noobs Talking, courtesy of our website, twonoobstalking.wordpress.com.
As you're plummeting to Earth, I don't know if that would really...
As you're plummeting to Earth, it'll bring you great comfort to see all episodes all the way back to 140. And if you want to go back further than that, there is a link to our YouTube channel, which will give you the rest of those videos. And if you just want to close your eyes and pretend to sleep while you're listening to us, you can also find plenty of audio websites that carry our podcast. And if you don't like any of those, they don't float your boat, which you're going to need once you crash into the ocean. You could plug our RSS feed into your podcatcher, and it'll take you to whatever audio podcast you desire. And while you're on our website or on YouTube channel, anywhere, social media, whatever, please like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Comment. We want to hear from you. You know, John's new setup back there, I'm sure someone is going to throw a hissy fit. Yeah. It's important that we know. That's the most important thing.
You don't have a wrestling ring back there. What the hell?
Seth Rollins hurts everybody he wrestles, so everybody get on there and just tell me your stories about how you hate him.
Oh,
that's goodness. Two Noobs Talking, TOONOO, talking.wordpress.com. Good stuff. Learn all about your hosts and leave us a review.
There you go. Love it.
All right, now to topic 3.
By the way, before you go on this, if anybody's going to post anything about wrestling, be prepared, because I will spend all night. Trust me, I know a thing or two.
Right, Johnny?
Yeah, just pretty much. Like,
if it happened after 1996, I will not be involved.
I will take you in deep waters.
There you go.
All right. Well, we're going to topic 3 now. Weird file. We're going to switch this one up a little bit. I'm going to toss it to my colleague, Mr. Craig, to read. And I don't actually remember why we're doing it this way, but
you'll know.
Why we're doing we'll know. We'll know. But
pre-production went a little sideways.
Robots.
Yeah.
Getting in hot water.
Yeah.
Better
Gentlemen.
have HR's number handy. All right, Matt, go ahead. Take it away.
Gentlemen, from this article, which we found at indie100.com, fascinating. Artificial intelligence is at the forefront of modern technology, as is being trained by humans to conduct some of the most incredible feats, like speaking several languages fluently and laughing at its own jokes. But, while all the while AI is trained on datasets from humans, there are fears that will continue to reflect inequalities in our society, something that was demonstrated perfectly when a male humanoid robot appeared to inappropriately touch a female employee reporter. Mohammed, the humanoid robot.
Oh, he had a name.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
there you go.
Mohammed. Yep.
Was unveiled at a Deep Fest, I guess you could call it a convention in Riyadh, by the robotics company QSS. The humanoid was dressed as a traditional Saudi man and was unveiled during a presentation when a reporter was presenting to the audience. However, in a viral clip, the humanoid appeared to move his hand forward to touch the reporter's bottom. Oh my.
He touched the butt.
The female reporter then turned around and looked at the robot. Speaking to the Metro, QSS explained that the robot was, quote, fully autonomous, end quote, and was operating, quote, independently without direct human control, end quote.
So he was self-aware, in other
He
words.
was self-aware. Exactly.
And he was willing to.
He went a little touchy-feely.
My first move is grab a butt. Okay.
Right after he's turned on. Like, flip the switch, touch a butt. There you go.
There you go. The clip, of course, went viral, sparked a conversation over AI and the data it is learning from. One smart person on Twitter wrote, quote, the fact that this got into the training data for the AI is worrying. This is why training data should be vetted to be free of racism, sexism, and other forms of discrimination. Also,
No shit, Sherlock. That's the exact thing most people think when you're programming something. Let's not make them a prick that we don't like.
Then the money line of the quote, gentlemen, or the money quote, I should say, of this article. QSS told the press it observed footage of the incident and concluded that there were, quote, no deviations from expected behavior.
So he was programmed by a bunch of pervs.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I guess weird file indeed, right? We'll show the video again.
Please.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly see
Yes.
this woman is being fondled. Oh my!
Mildly.
To
By
put
a
it
robot.
mildly.
Yep. By a
By-
robot.
Yeah.
By a
Yeah.
robot. Yeah.
Well,
Nobody,
wait, hold on. Did we check to make sure it was actually a robot, not just some dude dressed up like a robot?
It was a
Yes.
robot.
Trying to
did.
cop a
Yeah.
feel?
Nope.
Yeah, it
Nope.
was-
We totally. Humanoid robot. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally made sure.
Johnny, what were you going to say?
Nobody from Two Noobs Talking was at that during at any
we were
time
at-
that
we're
we
not
were,
at
we
the
were home.
convention.
Yeah, we were fine.
No.
Yeah, we were not there. Nope.
Nope.
Not even there.
Exactly.
Can't blame us.
Nope.
You did this. You did this to yourself, robot.
How
Not defending you in any which way.
about that money quote, though, gents? I mean, that is the greatest quote I think I've ever heard from an organization. No deviations from expected behavior. That's money right there.
This is the
money.
This is so dumb.
It
I've
is
I've worked with machines my whole life, and the one thing you do when you fix them or create them or anything is you don't allow people right next to them when you turn them off. It's not what's supposed to happen.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
makes no sense that they programmed this thing, rolled this thing up, and was just like, on, go for it. Whatever happens, happens.
I mean,
It's-
what happened was unfortunate, but it could have been actually way worse. Like you turn it on, this woman is within an arm's length of this thing. Imagine they turn it on and he's got like a jerk,
Yeah.
What chops if he his hand off to the side.
What if he just snatched her and threw her into the other guy?
Yeah.
Why would you turn something on and go, it happened? That's this is a lot like the last one we just talked about. Like, why is everybody so lazy? Like, we can't test this thing before we put it on stage.
You think? Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah, I just found it we were rolling over this at pre-production, but gents, I don't know. It's so weird. AI, of course, has been weird. It is not something out of the norm. Even though the proponents of AI always want it to be, it's going to be the new normal. No. There's going to be awkwardness. There's going to be weird things happen like this incident. So
good racist robots that touch butts. That's where we're at with AI at this point.
Exactly.
It worked. It didn't deviate from expectation. You were in the Middle East, which last I checked, traditionally treats women like shit.
Yeah.
So pretty much. Yeah. All kidding aside, we've talked about AI recently and how there's biases of the programmer that are going to find its way in. Even if you're not trying to teach it bad stuff, the phone's not listening. Yeah, the phone's listening. Robot might be listening. So if you're joking around about grabbing some woman's ass while, you're programming the robot and he overhears that, he's going to think it's okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Just to quote you 100%, garbage in, garbage out. And that comes with everything. Comes with parenting. If you are a womanizing piece of garbage, you're probably going to teach your children to be the same way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody's,
you're right. It's the same thing.
Everybody's looking at all times. Carry yourself in a proper way, and you might not find these things.
What do you think of that comment though by that person that said the fact that this whole action got into the training was worrying and it should be free of racism and sexism? It's like, well, okay, like who's going to actually do all that stuff, right?
But that's why I said no shit Sherlock, because we as humans, we don't go to work thinking about treating people like shit.
Nobody's perfect.
But the system is telling us that's what we do. So of course you're gonna hear that nonsense. That's in every company bio ever is don't treat people like shit. Guess what's gonna happen in life? Nice people are gonna treat people nicely. Shitty people are gonna treat people shittily. And you just gotta.
That's shitty people are training the robot. The robot's
exactly. And if nice people are treating the robot, you're gonna get nice things out of it. That's up to each company to weed out the garbage and keep the good.
Look, humans get years of training of how not to be a dick. Mm-hmm. Some of them ignore it, but some of them adhere to it.
Yes.
These robots are getting trained specific tasks. They're not getting the holistic human experience of morality and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So, there probably wasn't somebody who's given it the HR training. Yeah, now we don't pinch women's bottoms. It's not proper in society.
Because they never gave it an opportunity to fail.
Exactly.
So exactly.
Whatever this is trained for, it was probably trained for like, well, you have to hold the nail while I pound the hammer in.
Yeah.
It's like it's got its task. It was trained for that task, not for basic human interaction.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I'll be fair. I would have been willing to excuse the robot for this being an accident. Because when you watch the video, as we were going to put up, you watch the video, this reporter is standing super close to this robot.
Very.
I mean, they're on a tiny little stage. There's a guy to the left. The woman reporter's on the right. The robot's in the middle. They're all kind of squished together. He doesn't have a whole lot of room.
Yeah.
He moves his hand in the area of her rear end.
Yep.
I could have said that may have been probably was an error. However, if you look at the robot's face immediately after,
yes.
he's got some serious side eye going on.
My other problem with that, I've given the same caveat that you gave, but her response was a natural response to being touched inappropriately, because she was about to put his nose back into his face.
Oh,
He was not happy with that. Yeah.
Legit.
No question.
And like I said, it looked like it was probably an accident, probably could have been an apology, but he goes,
yeah. And
right after he does it, it's like,
and she didn't
know.
And she didn't feel like it was apologetic.
Absolutely not.
But this is an article I read before we started recording. I was reading an article about how some company, I don't remember the name of the company, but they want to use these humanoid robots in mass to do all the heavy lifting kind of stuff. Like they're moving to construction and warehouse stuff, and where like things got to be moved in bulk, and they want to put these
dangerous
the danger. They want to move humans out of it, which is a noble cause if 100%. You really look at it.
Yeah, 100%.
But when you've got these yahoos that are misprogramming or unintentionally programming these robots, we as humans are going to take it serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and part of the problem may be it's similar to, I like to say, app designers, or maybe not app, but like program designers, right?
Yes.
Right. Yep.
In my job, we have a lot of programs to do stuff, and they're not always the most friendly to us.
Yes.
And it's like, the people who wrote this program were definitely not lawyers who actually needed to do the legal research that we're conducting, because this is not how a lawyer would have set it up to work.
Yes.
The people who would be doing the dangerous jobs are probably not the ones programming the robot to do the dangerous jobs.
And that might be smart.
Yeah.
I'll give you a quote without saying what I need to say, but this came from a very high level human in my life that came to see me work, and he said, "Looks like something was designed by someone that never did what needed to be done."
Yes.
Yeah.
And it made me laugh, and it took me to a whole nother level of understanding design to functionality to daily progress. And that's what's happening in the robot industry and the car industry. Look how robots changed the car industry. You know there's a place.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of figuring that out and not rushing it out like everything else.
Yeah, well said. Yep.
Right. But it sounds like, if this robot didn't deviate from the programming, he was designed to commit sexual assault.
Yes. Pretty much. That's what I get.
All right. Now that we have the butt-touching robot out of our systems,
Thank God.
we're actually going to end the program on an intellectual note.
Nemo.
Oh.
He touched
Nemo.
Huh?
John's bringing our collective IQ way down. Yeah, so we're gonna do some brain teasing questions here, just to see if you guys one can pay attention, and two, if you can be smart. SMRT. And
or
I identify as a member of Congress, so this
that's not good. That's not good.
This is gonna go sideways.
You're gonna go for whatever.
I identify as the president of the United States.
God.
That's even worse.
Put down the methamphetamine. Stop
John,
yelling
it's past
at
his
me.
bedtime. John, it's past his bedtime. Let him go.
Stop
Exactly.
yelling.
He had his early bird special, and it's time for him to hit the hay.
He
He only
went
paid
at $4.30.
$5. Yeah, he went at $4.30, paid $5 for a filet mignon.
Yeah, it was great.
With methamphetamine, apparently.
All right, and you folks at home, play along. See if you can get it before either of these two esteemed gentlemen
Yes.
get the answer, or before I have to read it because they didn't get it.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Or
All right. Right.
Bring on the punishment. Go on, Steve.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
I'm going to start you guys off easy. These are a couple easy ones.
Okay.
To kick it off.
God.
Okay.
Here we go.
Matt, I'm going to start with you first.
Oh,
God. This is numbers because you're a numbers guy. So this should be easy. How much dirt is in a hole 6 feet deep, 3 feet wide, and 6 feet long?
Lord help me. 48 cubic feet.
Listen to the question, Matt.
Yes.
How much?
I told you.
How much dirt is in a hole 6 feet deep, 3 feet wide, and 6 feet long?
All of it.
The answer, of course, is zero. Because it's a hole.
This is not going to go well.
I know you're confused. Donut hole, has matter. And okay.
Well, yeah.
I thought I was starting you off easy. Hopefully, John's
good Lord.
John travels, so this is a travel-related question.
I kind of got that one that you gave to Matt.
I saw your face,
but I wasn't sure. I'll just hold off for the answer. I was like, I think he's. Go ahead. I'm going to get this wrong, so let's go.
All right. This actually ties into Boeing.
Nice.
A plane carrying a number of Europeans crashes on the United States-Canadian border. Where do the survivors get buried?
Nowhere, because they survived.
John's got one for one.
Go.
Look at that.
Way to go, Johnny. Thank you.
All right, next one. This one's for John.
Oh boy.
You have 4 piles of leaves in the front yard and 5 piles of leaves in the backyard.
Okay.
If you put them all together, how many piles do you have?
You have 5 in the backyard.
And 4 in the
You have
front
1 pile.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, how about that?
John's got the hang of this.
Yeah.
2 for 2. Look at that.
Boy.
All right, Matt, this is kind of a general knowledge question.
Oh boy.
There is one substance in the world
Okay.
that weighs more in liquid form than in solid form.
Okay.
Can you name it?
Water.
Bingo! Look at that right away. Good job.
100% guess.
Nice.
You knew it.
I know it.
You could see it in your eyes.
All right. Back to John.
Really focused on that one.
Back to John. This is sort of a riddle kind of form.
Oh boy.
If you toss it from the top of a high building, it will not break. But if you toss it into the ocean, it will break. What is it?
Oh, wow. That's a hard one. Toss it? Say it one more time for me.
Okay. If you toss it from the top of a high building, it will not break. But if you toss it into the ocean, it will break. What is it?
A wave?
It's an interesting answer. That's not correct.
We toss it in the air. Toss it into the ocean.
Matt, I'll let you have a guess if you want.
Yeah. That one's got me stumped. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I will kick myself once.
The only thing I could think of was a seashell, but I don't think that's right. And I know that's not right.
A seashell would absolutely break if you toss it from a high building.
Yes.
Yeah. Seagulls drop them onto the hard sand to break them open.
Yeah.
To get at the sweet meats that are inside.
So oh my.
So the answer is a piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
You toss it from a high building, nothing's going to happen to it. It's just gonna,
very true.
But
It'll just float away. Yeah.
You throw it in the ocean, it's going to break apart because it's going to
break apart. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good.
All right. Matt's turn.
Oh boy.
All right. Back to a math type question.
Oh no.
A pen and a bottle of ink together cost $1.10.
Okay.
The pen costs exactly $1 more than the bottle of ink. How much does the pen cost?
One more time.
A pen and a bottle of ink together cost $1.10.
Okay.
The pen costs exactly $1 more than the bottle of ink.
Okay.
How much does the pen cost?
$1.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That, of course, would be incorrect.
Oh.
Because if the pen costs $1, then the ink costs 10 cents, and so the pen does not cost $1 more than the ink. It only costs 90 cents.
90 cents
90
more.
cents. Okay.
Okay.
So the correct answer is the pen cost $1.05, which would mean the ink cost 5
cents. Yep.
And so the pen costs $1
Gotcha.
more.
Okay. All right.
All right, John, travel question.
Okay.
What state of the United States
In this country?
in this country?
Just making sure. Got to get that in there every time.
Well, it could have been Canadian state. Well, I guess they're provinces, not states.
Yeah,
Never
well,
mind,
they're
sorry.
provinces. Yeah.
All right. What state in this country has the greatest percentage of its boundary in shoreline?
Oh. I think I know.
Which state?
Which state?
I would think I want to say Florida, but I think it's California.
Both are incorrect.
Wow.
Matt, you said you thought you knew. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I thought it was California as well.
You are going to kick yourself.
Hawaii?
New Jersey.
Hawaii.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hawaii. I wasn't even thinking of Hawaii until you said no to California. I'm like, it's got to be Hawaii.
Well, considering 100% of its boundary is shoreline, then yes, it is the greatest percentage.
Here we go.
I'm sorry, Hawaii. I don't think you that's a part of us.
Oh, that's
That's
funny.
what that shows. That shows that I'm ignorant to Hawaiian, and I apologize. Before we get taken down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, it's
All
funny.
right. Back to you, Matt.
Okay.
What can you see in the water, but it never gets wet?
Ooh, fish.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure a fish gets wet.
Wow.
What?
It
You
doesn't
want to try
know.
again?
It doesn't know.
What if they don't? What if they? Matt's onto something. What if they
Fish
don't?
doesn't know if it's wet or not.
They have an air bubble around them at all times, and they never get wet.
When water
We could
hits
be
us, we're
swimming
like,
right
God,
now.
we're
We
wet.
don't
When fish get to water, I was like, shit, I'm
All right.
out.
Send me what's the question again? Gosh darn it.
What can you see in the water, but it never gets wet?
What can you see in the water, but it never gets wet?
It's a very interesting one.
See in the water, but it never gets wet. For the interest of time, I don't know. Rocks?
The answer is reflection.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I was going there
Yeah.
because I was thinking sun.
It's
And-
9:20 in the evening and I'm tired. I don't want to see you do this.
Right.
Yeah.
That's quite
All right.
the point.
Ja- All right, John.
Yes.
What question can a person ask all day long,
Why?
always get a different answer, and
Why?
yet every answer is correct?
Why?
Say it one more time.
What question can a person ask all day long, always get a different answer, and yet every answer is correct?
How you doing?
The answer is, what time is it?
That is
Very
very true.
good.
That is very true.
Very
I've never
good.
asked anybody for the time because I have one of these and I don't need to ask.
Fair enough. This
Very
came,
good.
Yes.
that came out of a book, so
Yes. I check this shit on my own now.
But that's really good.
I also think we should
good.
put in "How are you doing?" because it could vary, and it's still not wrong.
But it doesn't necessarily change every time you ask it.
Yes, but if one person, if I go, "How are you doing?" they're like, "My life sucks." That is not a wrong answer.
No, but if you ask them 2 minutes later, you could still get the same answer.
Yes, or they win $1 million, and I ask them again, and they're like, "My life's great." Never know.
Very good. Very good.
Good Lord. All right, Matt.
Yeah. I'm going to try this time. All right, let's do it.
Okay. All right, let's do it. A man is looking at a photograph of an individual.
Okay.
His friend asks, "Who is that?" The man replies, "Brothers and sisters, I have none. But that man's father is my father's son." Who's in the photograph?
Oh. I want to say uncle, but I don't think that's right. My instinct is uncle. I'm going to go with it. Uncle.
Good try.
Okay.
It's the son.
It's the son. Interesting.
So the son is in the photograph. He says, "That man, the son's father, me, is my father's son."
Oh, gotcha.
Son.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little tricky.
Yeah, a little tricky, but good. Yeah, good.
All right.
I like it.
John. The person who makes it has no need for it. The person who purchases it does not use it. The person who does use it does not know he or she is using it. What is it?
Wow.
I've heard this one before, and I can't remember what it is. Person who makes it doesn't need it.
Bread.
I buy bread and don't need it.
Yeah. Doesn't know. Yeah, I can't.
My mother would say, video games, for God's sakes.
So just for clarity, just one more time, the person who makes it has no need for it.
Okay.
The person who buys it doesn't use it.
Okay.
The person who does use it doesn't know he or she is using it.
Ah. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to think that it's like joy or like that kind of thing, but it's not. It's not that big.
It is definitely it's definitely a material possession.
Yeah, that's
not
what
like
I'm saying.
An emotion.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It makes me feel that it should be like an emotion, but it's not. Like
right.
And it's like material. Can't think of a material item that's someone that's using it doesn't know they're using it.
Hammer. I'm using a hammer right now. You're just like,
what are you talking about?
like
what do you mean I'm using a hammer?
Like most material things, you would know you were using it.
Right.
Not necessarily, John. What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay, I'll give you a hint. You would know you're using it unless you are
a priest.
Unless you are
Godzilla.
incapacitated in some way.
Oh.
A needle?
All right. The answer is a coffin.
Oh.
Makes sense.
Because the person who buys it
Yeah.
is not the person who's going in it. They're buying it for the person who died. The person who died doesn't know they're in it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Hey,
All right.
you would never think that. Yeah.
I know, right? All right. Last round.
All right. John, join me.
John, I'm gonna go to you. Well, all right. I'll give these two to both of you.
Okay.
So whoever can figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll save the baseball one for last.
Come on, we're in a losing streak, Matt. Let's put our
let's fix it.
Okay.
Come on.
What can be stolen, mistaken, or altered, yet never leaves you for your entire life?
Keys.
Your soul.
Your soul would be another one.
Joking.
Wallet.
No, but it never leaves.
It never leaves you for your entire life.
Never leaves.
Wallet never leaves you. So
I know plenty of people whose wallets have left them.
I've had like 20 different
What,
ones.
they walk away? Like, what? No, kidding.
I just buy a new one every once in a while and
That's true.
throw the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
one away. So it can be stolen.
It can be stolen. Can be
Your
mistaken.
Identity?
Bingo!
Yeah,
We
there
got a
you go.
winner.
Yeah.
There you go. It's identity.
Identity.
Stolen identities, mistaken identity, altered identity, but you have it your entire life.
Da, 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 da,
All right.
da, da.
Last question.
Got us back.
Baseball related, so hopefully you guys can nail this
Oh,
one. Go on
thank
a high
God.
note.
Okay, good.
Hopefully.
How can a pitcher
Yes.
win a baseball game without throwing a single pitch?
A balk.
Yes. No. No, they
that
wouldn't.
be
They would lose
losing?
that. They would
No,
lose that.
no.
Lose.
Without
No, he could
throwing a
lose.
pitch.
Okay. So could lose by a balk, but how could he win?
How could a pitcher win a baseball game without throwing a single pitch?
Double switch. No, that wouldn't work either.
He would be a pinch hitter in a game,
You don't get credit for the
but
win.
they don't.
You don't get credit
But they
for the
don't
win.
have. You could put him in. He didn't throw anything. No, that wouldn't work.
Trying to think if he's coming out of the bullpen,
So he's winning.
he would get credit for the win.
He's put in as a, but no, he wouldn't because he was put as a base runner. He wouldn't.
No,
I'm trying
that
to
wouldn't work
get him
either.
into the game without him pitching.
Yeah, yeah. Without throwing a pitch.
He's the bad
Without
boy.
throwing a
He's a
single
fanatic. Like,
He's wearing a terrible fanatic outfit.
yeah,
He's
he's the
driving in on the
manager.
Forfeited.
bullpen card.
Um,
He's driving in on a bullpen card.
So he goes on the mound, is what we're saying.
Well, you have to take the mound at some point if you're going to get him credited with a win.
Okay, so he could be put on the mound and do that new stupid rule with the intentional walk and win the game.
No, that still wouldn't work.
How would that work?
No, that still wouldn't work.
Because
If
they
you
would
give somebody
win.
a free pass.
They would win if he gave someone a free pass and then
Comes out. I don't think it
comes
can be
out
done.
and then they score the run the next inning and win the game.
Yeah.
But if he's come out, he's no longer the pitcher of record when they take the lead.
But if it was top of the inning, bottom of the inning, yeah, he would technically be, but that's not.
Not if he came out. You can't have an intentional walk be your last.
Yeah, that would not work.
You're close, though.
With what? The intentional walk or no?
No.
Okay.
No, it has to be some type of.
Yeah,
Because he could
I'm
pick
stumped.
someone. It could be a guy that just comes and picks off a runner, and then they win it the next inning.
That might be. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's
You come
that.
in,
Yeah, that.
you come in, top of the ninth, 2
Yep.
outs, runner on first, pick him off.
Yeah.
You end the
Ends-
inning, no pitches thrown.
Yep.
Home team comes up to bat in the bottom of the ninth, wins the
And
game.
they win it.
You got it.
There you go.
Good job, John.
Wow.
Well, I
I salute you. You
I
guys.
worked through every single.
Yeah.
How do you
Oh
bring
my
someone in?
gosh.
How do you throw them out? Fuck you, Jonathan Papelbon. That's how I know all this.
Oh,
Well, you got
boy.
the last two correct, so I
Yeah.
applaud you, gentlemen.
Well,
Good job. Hopefully, you out there in TV land got some of the answers that they didn't get.
yes. Or
Um,
quicker than we did because we're
or
old
quicker
and
than
it's
that,
late.
yeah.
Yeah.
Old, it's late. They've got the Biden syndrome. It's time for bed.
And I don't take methamphetamines. I just want to put that. That's what matters.
Right. All right. Well, that wraps up episode 181 of Two Noobs Talking. We hope you've enjoyed the program. Next week, Matt is going to have some sports trivia to try and stump me and John with. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, not so much John. I'm going to stump the hell out of you after what you did to me, pal. So there you go.
Oh,
I might sit out next week to watch these two fight.
You failed the question on how much dirt was in a hole. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You were out.
I am out.
Steve, you were one of my greatest friends for not even calling on me during that. Why I just. Thank you. You made me look smart.
Oh.
Well, so you've got to preview what's coming up next week. It's going to get heated. You know it's going to. So until next week, enjoy your week and get out.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Two Noobs Talking. For more Two Noobs, be sure to check out our website, twonoobstalking.wordpress.com, and we'll see you next week.